Oh, thank you very much. We good? Yeah, we excited about Christmas? All right, a bit of apathy. Fine, okay. My mum's been trying to organise Christmas this week. Nothing much exciting happens in my family. The biggest thing that's happened in my family for the last couple of years was last year when Storm Eunice hit the UK. I don't know if you remember, this was the biggest storm to hit the UK in 35 years. Did a lot of damage. A lot of people very worried, very nervous about Storm Eunice at the time. Not me, as a comedian. I was actually quite excited about Storm Eunice because my mum's name is Eunice. That's her actual name. I didn't even have to call her up and persuade her to change her name to something funny for the benefit of my comedy material, like I've had to do with so many of my other relatives, like my aunt, Prince Andrew. Or my sister, Jimmy Savile. So after Storm Eunice, I changed my mum's name on my phone to Storm Eunice. And like I said, this week she's been trying to organise Christmas. She puts a message in our family WhatsApp group. She says, I'm ordering in the food now for Christmas Day. Does anyone have any requests, right? Now, my sister is a vegan, and Storm Eunice often forgets that. So I said, if you're doing traditional roast, don't forget to get something vegan for Jimmy. She was, oh yes, don't worry, it's going to be a very special day. We're all having turkey emoji. Your sister is getting aubergine emoji. My dad put, not under my roof, she's not. He also doesn't know what that emoji means. He just doesn't want a vegan under his roof. That's... He's a man with standards. We recently worked out that he's got attention deficit disorder, ADD, right? And that often means that you say whatever's on your mind without much of a filter. But when you get diagnosed with ADD at his point in life, it's known as adult ADD, which is ADDD. Yeah, that doesn't get much of a laugh, but that's because it's quite literally a dad joke. Thank you. Thank you. It's simultaneously both the best and worst joke you'll hear tonight. How does he do it? We don't know. He must be a magician. It's amazing. But it's quite old-fashioned. He doesn't do technology. My dad doesn't do social media. Doesn't believe in social media. I think social media is turning us all into narcissists right now. I don't actually think that. I think we all have a natural level of narcissism in just different degrees. It's just that his generation, the baby boomer generation back in the day, didn't have the same number of outlets to exhibit that in the same way that we do now. Because back in his day, decades ago, if you or you wanted to tell your family or your friends what you've been doing, you'd have to save all that information up, wouldn't you, until the end of the year. And then you put it all into a letter inside a Christmas card, and then you'd send that to everyone you fucking know. Do you know the letters I'm talking about? Yeah, round robin. Do you have these letters? Have you sent these letters? No, good, quite right. I still get about 3 of these letters every year from like friends of my parents, people I haven't seen for about 15 or 20 years, right? This is an example of one of the letters. This is from a family called the Bradleys, and the Bradleys lived near us growing up. And the Bradleys always had a little bit more money than we did, and they like to remind us of that in not so subtle ways. So this is the letter I got from the Bradleys last Christmas. Dear valued friends, we hope this letter finds you well and thought we'd give an update on our family's year. Forgive the slightly later than usual arrival. We've just got back from our end-of-year ski trip, which this year we extended to 3 weeks instead of the usual 2. I've included some photos so you can see what a great time we had. Hannah has just finished her A-level and managed to get into Nottingham Trent University, which we're so thrilled about. Of course, she could have gone into Oxford, but eventually we all felt Nottingham Trent was the right choice. Could she have got into Oxford? Aaron is now working as a paralegal at a top law firm and has set his sights on making partner before he's 30. You know he's always been the ambitious one. Henry and I are delightfully happy and recently had our roof re-thatched. It looks absolutely splendid. You must come and see it sometime. And he goes on and on like this for ages, and then he goes, anyway, hope you're all well. Warmest regard, the Bradleys. So what I do now, folks, every year is I write back to these people. But I address the letter from a family they've never met. I've named this family the Stanley Knives. It's a hyphenated surname. And this is the letter I wrote back to the Bradleys last Christmas. Dear bros and hoes. Well, what can we say about this year? It's been another eventful one for myself, Brian, and the whole family. Natalie started her degree in Applied Influencer Makeup Artistry at the University of the Isle of Dogs. She experienced an unfortunate first few weeks, losing her phone and contracting syphilis. Usually a sexually transmitted disease, but in Natalie's case, she thinks she must have contracted it from handling the communal milk in her halls of residence kitchen. Although Brian says she might just be a slag. Our eldest, Liam, turned 31 this year, and I'm delighted to report he finally got parole. Myself and Brian are just fine, and although his drinking is still excessive, we've really reconnected in the bedroom department this year. Having discovered the delights of anal fisting. You can see how much we enjoy it from the enclosed photos. Yours lovingly, the Stanley Knives. P.S. If you're interested in some fun, we regularly meet up with some other couples in the Sainsbury's car park just off the A24 every third Sunday around 11 p.m. It can get cold though, so do bring a flask. And because I giggle around the country, I send these from a different postcode every year just to fuck with them. But it's quite a generational thing, that. It's quite a generational. It's very much a typical baby boomer generational thing, right? And I know, I'm slagging them off a little bit, but I do respect the baby boomer generation. We've got a few in tonight. I do have a lot of respect for you. You're a generation born after the war. You were tasked with rebuilding the country after the war, which you did adamantly by buying massive houses for a tenner. And I respect that of you. I really do. But the thing that defines baby boomer generation above everything else is how long it takes baby boomers to say goodbye to each other after a social occasion. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this. It's not a problem with any other generation. If you watch a couple of Gen Xers like me coming out of a pub after a night out, they'll be like, lovely to see you, mate. Yeah, lovely to see you. Take care. See you soon. Bye. Nice, easy goodbye. You watch millennials coming out of a bar, they'll be like, oh my God, so good to catch up. So good to catch up. Let's do this again sometime, babe. DM me some dates. Bye. Nice, easy goodbye. But you watch a group of baby boomers coming out of a restaurant after a night out and just time how long it takes them to actually say goodbye to each other. Oh, Maureen, Anna, what an absolutely lovely evening it's been. I really enjoyed that fish starter, didn't you? Oh, Tom, Linda, yes, I thought the fish starter was absolutely splendid. It went so well with that wine pairing, didn't it? Oh, yes, it did go well with that wine pairing. I thought our table setting in the window there was absolutely lovely. Oh, it was a lovely table setting, wasn't it? And I thought the service was excellent too. Oh, the service was excellent too. And it's hard to get good service these days, isn't it? Yes, it is hard to get good service these days. It's not like it used to be, is it? No, it's not like it used to be. We don't do this often enough, do we? No, we don't do this often enough. Well, I guess we should make a move. Yes, I guess we should make a move. Do you know, although I really enjoyed hearing all about your son's loft extension, that was absolutely fascinating. Oh, I'll bring some photos next time so you can see the finished article. Oh, yes, please, I'd like to keep up to date with that progress. I really enjoyed hearing all about your granddaughter's GCSE results, every single one of them individually. That was so interesting. Oh, well, I'll let you know how she's getting the A-levels next time. Oh, yes, please, I'd like to keep up to date with her progress. We don't do this often enough, do we? No, we don't do this often enough. Well, I guess we should make a move. Yes, I guess we should make a move. Do you know, I think Greg and Angela are back on their holiday in the Algarve next week. Oh, they are. I haven't seen them in ages. I haven't seen them in ages too. We should meet up with them. We should meet up with them. I'll tell you what, we should bring them here. We should bring them here. Greg would love the fish starter. Oh, he would love the fish starter. It went so well with that wine pairing. Oh, it did go well with that wine pairing. And the table setting really was lovely. The table setting really was lovely. And the service really was excellent. Oh, the service really was excellent. Oh, good. Well, shall we try and find a date in the diary for that? Oh, yes, let's do that. Oh, good. I've got my paper diary here. I don't trust those newfangled smartphones, do you? Oh, no, I'm not putting my information into one of those. You don't know who's going to get hold of it. I don't want Kim Jong-un. No one time I'm playing bridge on a Thursday. What if he turns up with his army? Oh, I know you have to be very careful with these dictators. Oh, I am. That's why I always carry around my Filofax. Well, that's a lovely Filofax. Is that moleskin? Yes, it is moleskin. Where did you get that from? I got it from Smith's. Oh, well, of course, you can't get it from Woolworths anymore, can you? No, you can't get it from Woolworths anymore. It's such a shame about Woolworths, isn't it? Oh, it's such a shame about Woolworths. And I see Wilco's gone that way as well. I know it's awful what's happening to our high street, isn't it? Oh, it is awful what's happening to our high street. It's not like it used to be, is it? No, it's not like it used to be. Well, I'll tell you what, should we take our Filofax and a paper diary back inside, sit down at the table and try and find a date in the diary? Oh, yes, let's do that. I'll tell you what, while we're in there, we may as well order another bottle of wine. Oh, my God, go home! Do you know, 90% of baby boomers die just saying goodbye to each other. It takes so long. They're a resilient generation, though. They are a resilient generation. My aunt passed away this year, and 99 years old. 99. It's a good innings, that, 99 years old. And my mum gets more upset about these things than my dad. My mum's a much more emotional person than my dad. She's the kind of person who cries at John Lewis adverts. Not even just for Christmas, it was either like Black Friday, it's weird. And I'm a bit more like her, except I can't actually shed tears. I have an eye condition which dries out your tear ducts, means you can't cry, which is ironically sad. It takes a bit of time. In the middle of this year, she was passing away, and we knew she was on her way out, so my parents drove up the country to be with her at the end. And they got there, and she passed away overnight. And the following afternoon, I got this message from my mum. I know you're expecting this, but just need to let you know the sad news that Auntie Margaret passed away peacefully in her sleep last night. I know this is very sad, so please call me if you need to. I'm always here if you need to chat. So I replied, hey Mum, yeah, Dad passed on the news this morning. Been thinking about it ever since. It's incredibly sad. I hope you're doing okay. Now, this is the earlier message exchange with my dad on the morning of the same day. Me, hey Dad, any update on Auntie Margaret? Dad, dead. Me, oh, okay. Very sad. Cheers for the update. Dad, thumbs up emoji. Brighton, you've been an absolutely lovely audience. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. You've got a great headliner coming up.